A very warm and a hearty welcome to all of you friends. On behalf of the entire team at Gradeup, I take the privilege of welcoming each and every one of you for today's session on important legal affairs. So friends, today we bring to you the most important news of the day coming from across India. Now, as you guys are aware of, in this particular series, we bring to you the most important news across India that matters for a student who is preparing for his or her law entrance examination. So friends, I'm sure that you guys are liking the series, and for which reason we are continuing with this particular series. Friends, today we are going to discuss about three important things. A judgment that has been rendered by the Orissa High Court, Chief Justice Muralidhar of the Orissa High Court has rendered a particular judgment this week itself relating to the fact that lawyers who are practicing in the court should not be harassed by the GST department asking them for GST return. Now, goods and services tax was a law that was made by the government of India not many years ago. It was under the then finance minister, Mr. Arun Jaitley, who brought this particular law into force. Now, this particular law exempts lawyers from paying goods and services tax. Now, whether lawyer advocacy is a service or not, it depends. But the law, insofar as taxation is concerned, very categorically states that lawyers are absolutely exempted from paying goods and services tax. Many more like these kind of important legal news in the next half an hour. So let's begin. But before that, some very important announcement from Gradeup. Gradeup brings to you a flat 45% off on your Gradeup Super. Use the code MANTRA45. Mantra 45 is the code, and you can avail a 45% discount on your Gradeup Super. Just use the code Mantra 45 and you can get 45% discount on your Gradeup Super subscription. Gradeup also brings to you an all India mega mock challenge on critical reasoning and legal reasoning. It starts on 9th of April and ends on 11th of April. Now, this is an absolute free mock test challenge. All that you need to do to sit for this particular mock test is just register yourself. Now, the link for the registration is given in the description box, and the mock will be live for 48 hours. Okay? Do attempt this All India Mega Mock Challenge that Gradeup is providing to each and every one of you out there. Gradeup also brings to you a comprehensive course for CLAT 2022. It's batch 3. A new batch has been launched for those of you who are in class 11 and you would want to prepare for CLAT 2022. Those of you who are preparing for Banaras Hindu University, Jamia Millia Islamia, as well as Aligarh Muslim University. Here is Gradeup bringing to you a specialized course for these 3 particular entrance examinations. So Gradeup is providing you with some very important courses which we are running in our Gradeup Super. So once you have your subscription, once you get your Gradeup Super subscription, you can avail all these courses. Now, Gradeup also brings to you a booster crash course, batch 2 for CLAT 2021. Enrollments are already started. Join the batch without further delay. Now, the subscription for CLAT and other law entrance examination for 2021 and 2022 is up there on your screen. For 2021, we are providing you with 3 plus 1 month, that is 4 months. 4 mahine ka ye Gradeup Super subscription, as well as for CLAT 2022, we are providing with 12 plus 2 months, 14 months subscription. So those of you who are planning for CLAT 2021, get your 4-month subscription. Those of you who are thinking of CLAT 2022, get your 14-month subscription out there. So let's get back to our most important daily legal news of the day. The Orissa High Court, as I was telling you in the beginning of the class, the Orissa High Court has said that practicing advocates are exempted from service tax or goods and services tax, and they should not have to face harassment from the GST department. So practicing advocates, advocates who are practicing in the courts have been exempted from paying service tax. More on this particular news in a moment's time. The second news, the Supreme Court of India has said that person or people above the age of 18 years, people above the age of 18 years of age are free to choose their religion of their choice. Now, this is a particular order coming from a great judge. Can you name the name of the judge? Can you name the judge who has said very recently that person above the age of 18 are free to choose their religion of their choice? And he said that while refusing to entertain a plea or a petition against deceitful religious conversion. So Justice Rohinton Nariman of the Supreme Court of India has very recently stated that a person above the age of 18 is absolutely free to choose whichever religion he wants to practice, he wants to profess. Am I clear? More on this particular news in some moments' time. The third important news. The central government has finally notified the Copyright Amendment Rules of 2021. So the Copyright Amendment Rules of 2021 has been notified by the Government of India. So these are the 3 important news that we are going to right now study in detail. Okay, are we all ready? Okay, fantastic. So let's move. First important news. a division bench which was headed by Chief Justice of the Orissa High Court, Justice Muralidhar, has held that practicing advocates are absolutely exempted from service tax. Now, generally, if you are doing some kind of a service, if a person is committing or is practicing some kind of a service, then he is bound to pay service tax. Now, the service tax is under the GST regime. The service tax is under the GST regime. So, a person who is providing service, needs to pay service tax. But when Mr. Arun Jaitley came up with the GST, he very categorically issued a notification. Former Finance Minister of India, Mr. Arun Jaitley, came up with a particular notification where he stated that advocates will be exempted. Advocates will be exempted from paying goods and services tax. Today, what we see is that some of the goods and services tax department, the GST department, have issued a number of notices to lawyers who are practicing in the court, saying that why haven't they filed their GST returns? Now, it is absolutely clear from the notification issued by the government of India that GST is not to be paid by advocates practicing in the courts. So the court today said that please do not harass advocates by circulating these GST notices. The court has said that to the GST department, please do not harass advocates by issuing notice insofar as paying GST returns is concerned. The Orissa High Court further directed the Commissioner of GST to give very clear and categorical instruction to all officers that no notices needs to be sent to practicing advocates for paying goods and services tax. So the Orissa High Court has very categorically asked the Commissioner of Goods and Services Tax to instruct its officers that they should not issue notices to practicing advocates for paying or for the levy of GST. Now, under the notification that was issued by Mr. Jaitley, simply says that goods and services tax is not to be imposed on lawyers. The liability of an advocate rendering legal service insofar as goods and services tax is zero. Have I made myself clear? Have I made myself clear to each and every one of you out there? Okay? Okay, fantastic. So the court, in its order, has said that the court expresses its concern that practicing advocates should not have to face harassment on account of the department issuing notice calling upon them to pay service tax when they are exempted from doing so, and in the process also having to prove they are practicing advocates. The Commissioner of Goods and Services Tax is directed to issue clear instruction to all the officers of the GST Commissionerate in Orissa that no notices demanding payment of service tax will be issued to lawyers rendering legal services and failing in the negative list as far as the GST regime is concerned. Copies of these instructions are to be placed before the court on the next day. So the court has made a very given a categorical direction to the Commissioner of Goods and Services that their officers should not issue notices to lawyers who stand exempted from paying goods and services tax. Okay, the next important news. The Copyright Amendment Rules of 2021 has been notified by the central government. So let's understand the notification in short. The objective of bringing. Now, what is the objective behind this particular amendment? The objective is to bring accountability, transparency, and making the existing rules in parity with other relevant laws. To promote accountability and transparency, this particular amendment has been made. The second important thing, electronic means a primary mode of communication and working in the Copyright Office. So electronic, the word electronic means it's a primary mode of communication. That means from now onwards, the Copyright Office will not be sending too many letters or notices to you, will all be sending those letters in the form of electronic media. So electronic form, they can scan a particular notice and send it to you by email. Okay, so electronic way of communication has been given a good thumbs up under this particular amendment. The third important thing is that the Copyright Society will now be required to draw up and make public an annual transparency report. Now we are talking about accountability and transparency out there. So the Copyright Society will be required to make public its annual transparency report every financial year. And those are very, very important things, friends. These are absolutely very, very important things for all of you to know. This amendment also deals with undistributed royalty amounts and use of electronic and traceable payment method while collecting and distributing royalties. So undistributed royalty amount and use of electronic and traceable payment method has been given another thumbs up under this particular amendment. Publication of Copyright Journal has been incorporated, thereby eliminating the requirement of gazette publication. And finally, the time period for the central government to respond to an application made for registration of a copyright society is extended to 180 days. Okay? So the time limit for the central government to respond to a particular application made by an individual for the registration as a copyright society has been extended to 180 days. Okay. Okay, fantastic. Moving ahead. The Supreme Court has very recently, in a very fantastic order, said that persons above the age of 18 are absolutely free to choose their own religion of choice. A judgment coming from none other than one of the greatest judges of the Supreme Court today, Justice Rohinton Fali Nariman. Justice Nariman, while dismissing a petition filed insofar as deceitful way in which people are being converted. Now, there was a petition that was filed in the Supreme Court saying that some people are using deceitful ways to convert a person from one religion to the other. The Supreme Court has said, we will not do anything with it. A person above the age of 18 is absolutely free to choose the religion of his choice. He says that there exists no reason why a person above the age of 18 cannot choose his or her religion. And he also, Justice Nariman, very categorically states that under the Indian Constitution, there is a reason why Dr. B.R. Ambedkar used the word propagate. You have a right to religion. Right to religion means right to practice, right to propagate and promote your religion. Now, every person, whether you are a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Jain, Parsi, whichever religion you belong to, you have a right to practice, to propagate your religion, right? Now, this particular order has come while the court was hearing a petition wherein the petition was about the fact that a lot of people are being duped by various ways to change their religion. Now, BJP leader Ashwini Upadhyay had filed this particular petition. When he could not see that a proper order is coming from the court, he was forced to withdraw his petition. So he withdrew his petition when the Supreme Court was not inclined to give him any sort of relief. Have I made myself clear to each and every one of you? Okay? Have I made myself abundantly clear to each and every one of you out there? So this is a particular judgment. Okay? Okay? Am I clear? Now, friends, why are we discussing all these things? Because these happen to be the recent important legal developments. These happen to be the recent important legal development. Okay? Now, if you cling on to this particular series every day at 8 p.m., you will get a lot of news and updates across India, which will provide you with a lot of fruits while you sit for CLAT 2021. Now, friends, the pandemic is not yet over. The pandemic is not yet over. The number of cases is rising like anything. So I request each and every one of you to take all precautions, take all safeguards, follow the COVID protocols, because unitedly we have to beat Corona. Do like the session, do comment on the video, do share this session with your friends and others who are also preparing for CLAT as well as other law entrance examination. Do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Just do not forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, because we provide you with one of the best classes in YouTube free of cost. If you have any query or any doubts, you can WhatsApp us at our official WhatsApp number, which happens to be 93544 99530. For any course related query, you can call us at 96500 52904 as well as 93195 99244. With this, we come to the end of today's class. Thank you very, very much. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Do not forget to like this session in our YouTube channel. Thank you. God bless you. Stay home, stay safe, stay healthy. Bye. Good night.